Hi, friends. My name is host Derek. I'm the host of Talking with Fancy People. As you may know, this week is International Johnny Week. So I changed my hat. Celebrating the lifetime's work and person that is Johnny. But that doesn't mean we can just forsake everything else in our life and only think about Johnny all the time, right? We can't do that. No. So there's another matter that's of pressing concern. Wait, sexual intercourse? No, I just had that a second ago. So we don't need to worry about that again right now. We can worry about that later. So what it could possibly be then, Eric, if it's not sexual intercourse? Well, I'm going to tell you. Just as soon as I pull these bong rips. But I'm going to give you a hint, too. There's a hint as to what I'm going to do in the title of this video. Just a small hint. In the meantime, while I'm pulling bong rips, we might as well discuss how brilliant Johnny is. We might as well discuss how brilliant. Since that's always an important topic of conversation. How brilliant is Johnny? So brilliant? But that's not really the topic of this live stream, I'm not gonna lie. Sure, everybody should be focused on Johnny right now because it's International Johnny Week. And sure, I'm part of everybody. But before we move on, therefore, to telescoping, I'll simply say this. You smell like warm apple pie. You say you're single, you lie. I seen those texts from that guy, man, whatever. Hi, Karma's pimp. Karma is pimping. Biz is pimping. What more can I say? Top billing. Ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah. Ooh ah ooh ah. That's the song I got. Ooh ah ooh ah. Yeah, it's the song I want. Ooh ah ooh ah. What do you want? I got it quite kind of wrong. I have to listen to it again. You want to sing? Ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah ooh. That's what I want. Ooh ah ooh ah. That's what I got. That song I got. I can't quite remember it now. Anyway, it's a different song from the Cone Putter song that I made this morning. Which is about the cone putters who are near my house putting cones everywhere all the time. So what profound adventure have we in store for you this evening, my friends? Well, a little something I like to call putting together. Or you could say assembling if you wanted to be all fancy talk. Putting together this telescope. It's called Astronomical Telescope by Solarmark. Let's see. Don't look at the sun with your telescope. Okay, I won't. All right. Quick installation tripod. So I guess first I'm supposed to put together the tripod. I've got a lot of different boxes over here, any one of which may or may not have within it the tripod. Let's look at some of the boxes I have and what comes inside of them. Here's a box. This is one of many boxes that came as part of a larger box of stuff for this telescope. This appears to be some kind of swivelly mounty thing. Alright, we'll put that aside over there. Next box. Let's try this one. Where's my knife? Here. So, we don't want to cut anything inside of it. We just want to gently cut it like that. Okay. This appears to be the tripod. That's pretty good. I got it on my second try. Alright, there's nothing else inside that box. So, close knife. Alright. Let's look at the instructions for the quick installation guide tripod. I need to find these pieces here. So, I've got one, two, three, like now. I've got 1, 2, 3, like meow. I've got 1, 2, 3, like meow. Okay, let's show you all the things I have. These things. Now I need to open another box. Okay, let's see what's inside this box. It's pretty heavy. Okay. This, I'm not sure what that is. Alright, now let's open another box. Okay. So this looks like it's got some stuff in it. It might be useful. Right now, this is the main big piece. Okay. What I'm looking for are these things. They might be in here. That's not inconceivable. This is the counterweight. That's what that is. This seems to be all one piece. Take it out. Put it like that. Let's take this out. Okay. This, I'm not sure what this piece is for. Guess maybe it goes in there too. I don't know. Just put these things right there next to this thing. Okay. Here's another one of these things. Okay. These things, these things, these things. This is what I was looking for right there. Okay. Take those out. Take this out. This looks like one of the pieces I was needing. These things come out. And what about this? Let's find out what's in here. We've got meow. We got one of these meows. We've got this is a lens. This, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this is the camera attacher. It lets you take a picture with your camera, I guess. Well, I guess you're supposed to just line the phone's camera up with this hole. Alright, well that's fine. Now, it's also got, what's this? A muggity of some kind. Either a muggity or a meow. Sometimes it can be hard to tell them apart. This is some kind of muggity meow. I'll put that over here next to this other thing that's kind of like that. This is a moon filter. Moon filter. This is another lens. Okay. I'll put this over here with the lenses. Maybe I'll put these all together here, that stuff there. And the moon filter too. Okay. Now, let's look at this. So, okay, I see this. I see this. But I don't see number 7, EQ base mount. Is that this? No. One, connect the accessory bracket to the tripod with screws. Be careful to tighten. Oh, these are the screws. I see they're already poked into here. Okay, so connect the accessory bracket to the tripod like how? Like this? Man, I don't know how to do this. Like this? Yeah, I guess so. It's like this. Okay, there. Okay. It doesn't matter which side you do it. Alright, fine. Now, we're gonna do this. Okay, this goes like this. And this goes like that. Like now. Go through. What? Go through there though. All the way through. There. Go all the way through. Okay, now, last one to do. Like this. Gonna take this off. cut that out like that. All right, like this. Look, easy squeezy. Now, we got that all put together. Next, we're going to bend it like this and do what? Next, we're going to connect the base mount to the top of the tripod with a hexagonal screw. What's the base mount? Well, that seems to be the piece I can't find. Oh wait, there's one more box. But as I thought, this box is empty. This was just a spacing box. I think they're missing one piece. Maybe it's in this bag, I don't know. Yeah, well, it doesn't look like that. Oh, is it this? Yeah, I think it's this. Okay. So, this then goes like this. And I have to put what through there? Okay, this is supposed to use these things. All right. All right, now, using these things here, let me tilt this up a little bit more so you can see it a little bit better. This doesn't seem shoddy to me. Okay, just finger tighten this, like yeah. Okay, now we'll get this one. We'll do same thing again with this. Oh, off. Okay. Now I'll put this through here. As per me. There. Now I got this there. Let's give it a little turn-a-roo. Just a pinch on the old turning machine. Okay. Now I'm gonna put this one. Just right there. There's a much faster way to get it off. Okay. Now this one on. And yiggity meow the piggity pia. Alright, so we're coming along well. Let's see what's next in the instructions. Next I have to put down the accessory tray basket. That's this. I guess that's as far as it screws in so you can turn it around. Alright, the accessory tray basket is in. Separately extend the tripod suitable length from up and down to tighten the thumb screws for the tripod length. Okay. So let's make it, I guess, as tall as it goes to start out with. And then we have to put one of these bad boys here. Like so. There. Now that one's locked. Get another one. Put it there. There you go. And why do we have 4 of these though? Why is that an extra one? Over here, get this bad boy locked as well. I think I used one of the wrong ones. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Wait. I think this 4th one's different. Wait. Actually, maybe this one's a different one. Yeah, that's the different one. These ones are all the same. Okay. Now I'm going to go turn on the air conditioning.
Looking like you got some of it together.
Yeah, making some progress. Just going to turn on the air conditioning now. Okay. Let's clean up some mess here. Okay. There. Now what? Now let's see what we got coming up next. Okay. So let's look at the instructions some more. Alright. Loosen. This is probably what goes in here. Alright, so put that like this. Maybe that's not the right one. I don't know. Is there a different one? Let's see where it goes. Says is this the right one? No, I don't think it is. Okay, so when I took this thing off of this thing, I unscrewed it. And the question is, oh, it must be these two together. Okay, that makes sense. No, it can't be on that side. What is that attached to? I don't know. Okay. That should work fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Another step closer. Now, thread the balance shaft through the central hole of the balance weight, tighten and fix. Tighten and fix. Did I put this upside down or something? Seems like I might have put this upside down. No, I couldn't have put it upside down. This is the hole? Or is that? This is the hole. But it shows this part. Oh no, it shows that part. This part, yeah, it does. It shows that part coming down. Oh, I see. You just turn this, and that makes it go down. Okay, that's fine. That's reassuring. Now, I'm gonna have this pointing where I want it to, like it looks like in the picture. I'll screw this in. wonder to tighten and fix this. No way to tighten and fix this. It spins around. There. Okay. Now that that's in there, remove the rubber sleeves. Okay? Rubber sleeves are removed. Line what screw? Screw shorter one for the right ascension control, a longer one for declination control cable. What? Oh wait, I gotta screw the latitude adjustment knob in. Where does that go? Latitude adjustment knob. Is that this? I think so. Where does it go? This goes where? Oh, right here. Okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. It's in there, so the way. All right. Okay. Now, this goes like, yeah. Hmm. Things are getting a little bit confusing now. Hmm. Those are good, I guess. Like that? Oh, I see. They mean tighten this screw. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. They mean tighten this screw. Alright, now put the clamps on. First, undo this now. Then put this clamp on. Well, I tell you what. Let's see if we can't make this. Oh, wait. Maybe we can. Like this, right? Yes. Okay, so now what we need is to get this screw and not like that. Okay. Then we get this and not like that. Just meow it right in there. Don't even worry. Just meow it right in there. Okay, now we're going to take this one off. No, I get it. This isn't the most exciting live stream in history. Alright, now this one is going to go here. We're going to get the other screw. We're going to screw it right through here and right into there. As per meow. Wait a second. But you're supposed to stay on here like this somehow.
You need a hand?
No, I don't think so. This doesn't make this stick on here at all. We gotta unscrew these first. Let's see. Yes, that would seem to make sense. And I see why you have to put these on after because it covers the hole a little bit, at least on this one. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now, put this down. Unscrew this. Okay. Now this makes a little bit more sense. Let's take these things off. That's fine. It's just life in the big city, you know. Okay, so we unscrew the screw here. Then we're going to put this on here like this. Now, put that through there. That's Premiere. Don't need these things. I'll put this here through like there. And there we go. You get these flat. There, nice and flat. Okay, now these go on here. Okay. More. There we go. And this one, like so. Now, what comes next? Put the main tube into opened clamp handle and tighten. Well, obviously I'm going to need the tighteners, whatever those are. What are the tighteners? What plate? Where's the plate? What removed plate? I don't see any plate. These? No. I don't know how that's supposed to go. It says there's a removed plate that is supposed to go here. But unless it's this plate, but this plate is needed to hold this part. I don't know what to do about that. These are all the things we have left. Well, maybe I'm supposed to remove these screws? And then what would I do with them? There's clearly something supposed to go here. Okay, well, I guess I just leave it like that. Hope for the best, I guess. It's a little wobbly. Let me tighten this here. There. That's better. Okay, well, now what? Now it's time to take a break. Alright, yo. Just stay clamped closed like this, okay? Hold that thing tight. Yeah. Well, it took me just swivel around fine. Alright, where am I gonna put this thing? For right now, I'm done fixing it. Put it together. Put it right here for now. Ah, what a pain in the ass. Okay, well, hopefully I'll figure out the rest of it later. I got quite a bit accomplished, especially considering I'm not even on any amphetamines. Criminally.
Good job. Considering you didn't have any amphetamines.
Yes, I am criminally deprived of amphetamines.
Good thing.
Wait a second. Joy, I got a couple things in my pocket. That's where they were.
Oh.
There. Want to go inside and feel? Here, go ahead. Have her in. Alright, well, it's time for a cigarette for me. Time for me to smoke a cigarette. Did I finish my drink already? I guess I did. I guess I'll steal Rachel's tea. So I was really hoping, and still am not, it's not without the realm of possibility of getting the telescope operational this evening and hooking the phone up to it so you can see the skies with me. What do you call it? See the skies with Eric. As you can see, it's quite a large telescope. And since it's going to take up a lot of room in your house, right? Well, I plan to basically leave it on the patio during nice weather. Maybe cover it with something, but then take it into the garage during, or maybe just find a place in the garage to leave it. Maybe like just in the back of the little wilderness car or something. Be a good place to just stash it, and I can take it out to the patio anytime. Well, also consider the possibility of maybe putting it in one of the upstairs bedrooms where you could look out the window and see the stars with it. Unfortunately, our best sky views are that way. We don't really have a window looking out that way, so. I'd wanted to check to see what phase the moon was in tonight, because that telescope should give you some super clear, up close and personal looks at the moon. You should be able to see moon dogs on the moon burying their poop. On the moon, dogs bury their poop like cats do, so it's one of the advantages of getting a moon dog. So that'll be helpful to see the moon dogs. Also, I'm hoping to, maybe I could use a telescope to see very close, up close and personal, like a drone in the sky, or even a plane flying high up above. That's conceivable. I'm hoping that on a clear night, maybe I can even see with that telescope, fingers crossed, Saturn's rings. That's what I'm hoping for. If I could see a glimmer of Saturn's rings through my telescope, I'd feel like a pretty pimpin' astronomer. You know? What I did not get, which would have cost more, was a motorized one that automatically finds sky objects for you. So we're going to have to find our own sky objects. I'm glad I found those two things. Now I'm not stressed out about missing pieces. I feel relieved and assured. So, no violence today. We went to the supermarket. I don't like any idea when it's going to come in. Maybe by the end of the week. We have no idea. I have no idea at all. So, hopefully, they can get it in. You know? If not, I just have to wait till next week, I guess. Rachel and I have been getting a lot accomplished despite the lack of amphetamines, which is pretty good. Let me get another cigarette. I just smoked this butt over here, actually. It's a nice long butt. Yeah. Life's a funny thing, even on International Johnny Week. Not everything always goes smoothly, We did tarot pulls this morning. It was not a good day for anybody. Everybody got tarot card, and it's just not a good day. So that was kind of predestined that we were going to have problems with the Vyvanse, as per the tarot, you know. I hope Lou's okay. Lou this morning got one of the worst tarot readings I've ever seen. Yeah. So hopefully she made it through the day all right. I did a tarot pull for my penis. It was terrible. It's a terrible pull. So, I don't know. Just Mondays are for lasagna, as Garfield would say. So let's return back inside. We're going to smoke some bowls. And, you know, maybe we'll do a tarot pull. A new tarot pull to refresh our tarot palettes from our earlier tarot disasters. Oh, hey, there's Lou. How did your day go?
Yeah. I'll let you. I'll let you eat, and then if you want, you can go to bed.
So, Lou, I want to know, given that you got one of the worst tarot pulls in history this morning, how was your day? Not too bad. Just goes to show you can only put so much faith in the tarot. But I want to refresh that tarot palette. Because we all had a rough morning this morning. Even my penis got a bad pull.
Although it turned out better when your button hookers came in.
That's true. That's true. Keeps my unruly penis in check.
I mean, you were really feeling yourself, I feel.
All right. Let's see what the tarot has in store this evening. Hopefully better things than this morning. I'm going to start with Lou because she had such a bad pull this morning.
Wow, really emphasizing it so much. It really must have been.
She had 3 terrible cards. I believe she had Tower card, 3 of Swords, and there was another bad one too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You don't want those together.
No. So, this is for the evening, Lou.
Yeah, Moon Fae 11, that's good that you had a meditation and that you think that the coming down of the tower is not a bad thing. It's not. It just is very dramatic. It's a dramatic scene. Oh my gosh, 7 of Swords also? Oh my gosh, I would have been like...
It's dramatic like Joaquin Phoenix.
He's very dramatic.
The Tower card is the Joaquin Phoenix of cards.
No! I had that as one of my personal cards.
Did you? Well, according to him, not according to me.
No, according to his website.
Well, you should listen to me. It's on our website. All right, your bottom foundation for the evening, Lou, is soulmates.
Oh, I think maybe.
That's maybe TWFP and you. The top level frame, though, is stressed, worried. What else did this say on it? Fear, anxiety. Now, directionality for the evening. 9 of Cups. Do what you want. Play the lotto. Win, luck. Plentiful. Your self-concept for the evening is on guard, doubt, worry, wounded. No, not worried. Wounded, resistant. And the outcome for the evening, you're showing off your jugs, Lou.
Yep. That's the Aquarius card too, and Lou is an Aquarius.
She is an Aquarius. I didn't know that, but now I do. An Aquarius is known as the most watery of all the signs.
So, like, honestly, out of all those cards, like, not too bad.
Not too bad.
No.
You
The
know,
good ones really cancel out the bad ones.
well, the bad ones were more self-concept and top-level frame, not really actualities, you know. All right, who's next? Rachel.
Okay.
Rachel is next. This is just me, Rachel, and Lou here. We got your bottom level frame.
Got your bottom level frame.
We got your top level frame.
Got your top level frame.
We got your directionality of the evening. And your self-concept for the evening. And the outcome. Let's look at the bottom level frame first.
Ooh.
Miserly. Saving some money tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We just get a lot of packages today. Top level frame. Marriage.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice. Now, directionality for the evening. Arrival success. Self-concept for the evening.
Wow.
10 of Pentacles.
That's like happy family.
And outcome for the evening? Lover.
That's pretty damn accurate.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. And I'm so excited to have gotten such loving cards lately.
Yeah, well. Now a pull for Eric. What do you have to say about Eric, tarot cards? That's supposed to be the top level one, huh? Okay. On my self-concept. Bottom level frame. I also got knowledge. Top level frame.
Ooh.
Wheel of Fortune. Said it might have been reversed. Okay. Directionality of the evening.
Oh.
I also got that one.
Well, we did get a lot of stuff done today. Oh my gosh.
Middle one. This is the same one you got.
Yeah.
And that's outcome.
Okay.
King of Rods.
That's a nice pull.
That is. We've been getting a lot of commonalities lately.
We have been.
Yep. If there's anybody here else who would like to have a tarot card pull, let me know. In the interim, I'm going to have a bond rip pull, which is like a tarot card pull, except it involves fire. As per meow. This is too clogged.
I'm gonna listen from Brad.
You go ahead. I'll probably wrap this up pretty soon anyway.
Yes, you do. Oh, yes, Mr. Wait. Mr. Man.
Man, this stem gets clogged so fast. I just put a new stem yesterday. Okay. Now let's try again. Alright. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to take, I did read cards. I can read you yours now too, Carlos Pen. Because I know this morning left all of us with a bad tarot taste in our mouths. I thought, well, let's wash it out with an evening tarot read. So let me do you, Karma's Pimp. First, we're going to get the Miggity Meow. It's this one right here, yeah. Then we're going to get the Miggity Mew. It's this one right here, oh, the top one, no, that's not the one we want. We want the one that's the one that we got. Well, obviously it's this one. It just jumped right out. Okay, bottom level frame. Conflict, struggle, strife, adversary, discord, challenge. This is the 5 of Rods. Top level frame. Miserly, holding on to your stuff. Obviously, you got a bit of a battle going on, Karma's Pen. Directionality for the evening. Hanged man. You're just hanging there, suspended. Your self-concept. King of Rods. Motivator, generous, worldly, direct. And the outcome for the evening? Oh my God, Karma's Pump. You're gonna meet your soulmate. Thanks to your chemistry, connection, partnership, love, union, and magnetism. I always said, don't bring any ferrous metals near Karma's Pimp. He's got a lot of magnetism. No, I shuffle it the same way all the time. I just go like, yeah, I'll do you now, Jeremiah Fix. I just pull the ones that pop out, you know? Like this. Under frame. Like this one's pointing this direction, which says it should go to the right. And this one, left. And this one, top. And this one, middle. No, this one top, this one middle. Okay. Your bottom level frame, Jeremiah Fix, is the 7 of Pentacles. Inventory, accumulate, count, pause, reflect, effort. Your top level frame is the 3 of Pentacles. Build, tool, apprentice, school. Your directionality for the evening is strength. Patience, fortitude, calm, kind, tolerant, humility. Your self-concept for the evening is 4 of Cups. Consider, offering, ponder, ideas, bide. No, bid? I think it means bide. And the outcome of the day, evening is harmony, cohabitation, home, happiness. You're just chilling at home, feeling pretty good about things. So congratulations. There. Isn't that better than it was now? Yeah, I don't ever cheat at tarot cards. What would be the point of cheating at tarot cards, you know? There'd be no point. That would be as dumb as trying to game a typing session. Never call a Gen Xer a Karen. Call him or her a Heather. Fair enough, Michelle. Fair enough. I have to do it the way ENFPs do. I don't know how ENFPs do it. Poorly, no doubt. We're going to put these cups back in the kitchen. I'll be right back. So anyway, I had virtual rental course with Rachel earlier. That was pretty fun. One advantages of being married to somebody is that you periodically get to have virtual intercourse. Of course, prior to getting married, both Rachel and I were virgins. I waited 52 years to pop my cherry. I was waiting for the right woman. Even throughout my first 2 marriages, I just said, no, we're not having any sex. I impregnated my first wife with a turkey baster. It's called Brexual intercourse, Jeremiah Fix. It's something only married people are allowed to do. To both my first 2 wives, I just said, sorry, I don't love you enough. They were okay with that. I said, that's fine because you seem like a terrible lover. One woman once said she is still a virgin because she did in vitro fertilization. Well, one reason I didn't want to sleep with my first wife was because I discovered after we got married that she wasn't a virgin. But hold on, I'm waiting for a real virgin. Same thing with my second wife. She told me just before our wedding night that she wasn't a virgin. I said, well, I just have to wait then. Rachel and I were both virgins, so it was a pretty special moment for both of us. Our wedding night. The first time we made love. Since then, we've made love 2 more times. No, I'm just kidding. Real sex is a little bit more than that. Gaslight much? No. I don't. I'm just making jokes. The truth is, Michelle, and I just admit it, I had sex with one of my first wives. And Rachel wasn't a virgin either. What a horrible world we live in. Where, oh, marriage. You are preaching to the choir. Russell Brand is awful. Let's just not pull any punches. Russell Brand is awful. He's an awful, horrible man. There's no reason to lie to ourselves anymore about that. Okay? Russell Brand is a horrible, awful man. Well, once we come to terms with it and begin to really accept that truth, then we'll all be a lot better off. Yeah, he thinks he's full of wisdom or something. But shit isn't wisdom. He's just full of shit. In some regards, he's a lot like Billy Bragg. Each of those two parties may have done some good work. Billy Bragg's a lot more talented than Russell Brand ever was, but regardless of their work, their wrongness is so offensive and stinky, it just makes me want to say, P.U. Fucking commies. Russell Brand being a fucking commie is rich, huh? That's some rich fucking nonsense there. The capacity of FI users to ignore hypocrisy is astonishing. These FI tool users. The dummies, arrest them. No, that's dumb too, but they ignore my questions. I'm full of coffee pukes, pukey coughs. Why? Well, I think it might have something to do with pulling too many bum rips. Yeehaw! There, I feel a little bit better now. Almost as though someone injected me with meth. Boy, that feels a lot better. I've never actually injected meth before. Sounds delightful. Don't get me wrong. But I've never injected anything before. Except I injected Rachel with my man pole. Not just once, while multiple times. She apparently needed multiple injections. Just inject, remove, inject, remove, inject, remove. None of us could figure out what I was doing. Make up your mind, Eric, and or out. It was a confusing evening. I was confused. She was naturally confused. And all she kept saying was, I'm from Visalia. I'm from Visalia. And eat, sleep, rave, repeat. And all they kept saying was, you know, those kind of things. So, maybe tomorrow I'll finish my telescope assembly. I have to do calibrations and stuff to get it to meow right or whatever. But you know what? That's just all part of the fun of being a telescope owner. For under $300, I purchased a telescope that can peer over 40 trillion light years into the distance with clarity as though it were right in front of your face. 40 trillion light years. So I should be capturing some pretty impressive images from 40 trillion years ago. Which is a lot of trillion years ago. It was back before the Big Bang. It was before everything. There was just one 7-Eleven and that's it. Back in the very beginning, 40 trillion years ago, before there was anything at all, there was just one 7-Eleven and that was it. It's known as the 7-Eleven age, or sometimes the age of 7-Eleven, pre-Big Bang. But the good news is, it was open 24 hours a day. At least it had been until COVID. Now it's shut down from 2 to 4 in the morning. Katie Johnson asks an important... Oh, I know Mr. Hanky, of course. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas boo, I love you. He loves me, I love you, and so vicariously he loves you, Mr. Hanky, the Christmas boo. Katie Johnson, you think you're an ISFJ? Well, congratulations. Let's all give Katie Johnson an ISFJ round of applause. Good job being an ISFJ. or at least thinking you're one. My mom was an ISFJ, but I got some bad news for you, Katie Johnson. Guess what happened to my mom? She died. So maybe being an ISFJ is unlucky. On the other hand, my friend Dave Porter is also an ISFJ, and guess what he is? Alive. So maybe it's no sure thing. Let's pull what happened to my teeth? They fell out, got knocked. I was in a shark attack. A great white shark got in there with his jaw. We had a jaw fight between me and the great white. It was a close battle. I won, but he took out a couple of my teeth. I took out like 50 of his, so it was pretty cool. I'd like to keep my teeth gone in order to remind myself of that battle. But yeah, I'll probably get my teeth fixed here the next year or so. You know, enough people mention it. Probably worth doing. I want to get implants though, you know. I don't want to get any kind of dentures. So implants are pretty expensive. Here's a card for Katie. That's her self-concept. Here's a card for Katie. That's the 3 cards for you, Katie. Left, right, and center. No, that's a twofer. Never take a twofer. That's rule number 1 of tarot. Never take a twofer. Twofers always lie. There. All right, Katie. We're starting with Tower card. Uh-oh. Disaster, upheaval, ruin, catalyst, chaos. Not a great start, Katie. Next you get the Hierophant. Conventional, structure, group, clan, institution. And lastly, you get the Liar card. So, and, your conventional hierophantic self is surrounded by disaster and lies. Congratulations. Yeah. Well, the shark agreed to become my slave after I defeated it. A conventional appealing self surrounded by disaster and lies. That's a rough read, Katie. That's a rough read. I'm sorry about that. You know, Lou got a read like that this morning. And you know what? She ended up having a pretty good day. So, just goes to show you don't put too much faith in the tarot. I sent him outside. And I, Katie Johnson, have a typing answer. Go ahead and ask your question and listen in awe as I answer it. Oh, I see. Right. Well, the tarot was right. And my intuition was right as well in this case. Your appearance of a conventional person was surrounded by disaster and lies. Your life is a disaster because you live it by means of lying. If you knew anything about my situation, you know that my initial misconceptions about things were misconceptions, and that I'm actually the um, what do you call it? I forget what it's called, but she's actually instructed in the trust to immediately give me almost everything. I just have chosen to not do that. But I explained that to you before. Yeah, I agree. Dead Boy Class. I love how the tarot called it out immediately. Your conventional appearance is surrounded by disaster and lies. They didn't like that. You mean Club ENTP? I mean, if you call Michael Smith's work a B, you're a generous grader for both of those two people. All right, sure, you give Jeff Shaw an A plus. He walked a tight line continually to avoid getting banned until finally I just bought him because fuck that guy, you know. So yeah, that's one of those areas where people want to try to attack me. The funny thing is, they want to attack me there because I've been honest and transparent about this whole process. And there was a time where I thought I had been more or less disinherited, you know. But of course, they want to pretend as though they don't know the resolution of that story, which is it turned out I just needed to read the fucking thing, you know, and that for the entire time I was um, power of attorney for my mom, I could have even changed the trust independently of anybody else if I wanted to. So it's like that's once I read the thing, once I heard it read in the lawyer's office, I was like, what? But yeah, well, I had that fuck page right away. Ain't no way that fuck's gonna outsmart yours truly. To be that much of a fuck, you can't be particularly bright. I mean, I guess Becky was pretty bright. But there's no smart way to be a fuck, right? Are you paddling paladins? Back in the Middle Ages, nuns were paladin dominatrix, and they'd paddle paladins for Lent. So that probably was Club ENTP, who was here right now. I've heard that attempt at shitting on me before from him, and he's not bright enough to be corrected. So it's Yeah. I mean, the disadvantage people have, as I said before, in talking shit about me is I'm already ahead of them, right? It's like I'm being forthright and honest about everything. Any ammunition they have is ammunition they picked up from that process of mine, and therefore is already diffused against me. It's like, yeah, I'm honest and don't posture and position myself as something I'm not, right? But in this case, I got nothing to posture about. Regardless, Rachel and I are trying to save money, trying to be frugal, you know. We've got this Christmas party coming up. That's going to cost a lot of money. It's already cost quite a bit, and will cost more. And we're trying to pinch pennies at the moment as best we can. We're not especially good at that, but that's probably clothing to be because somebody was telling me how um, he made a video that was clearly designed to show off his house or whatever. The thing is, he, unlike me, does constantly posture. Like, he wears a wig even though he's bald like me. He lives at his dad's house. But he's not open and transparent about things, not honest like me. So, you know, it is what it is. Haters gonna hate. They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, 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 trying to catch me riding dirty. Except they can't. I run clean. I run a clean process. In other words, since I'm always open and forthright about everything up front, not trying to posture and hide shit, you're not gonna catch me riding dirty. Well, you know, if you be rolling, they hating. To be expected, I suppose. Just trying to catch me riding dirty. Well, now you want to go back inside, huh? Okay, I will resume my job as kitty doormat. All right, Kitty, go on outside already. That cat is so well named. He is nothing but trouble. Trouble. Rachel got in bed today, tried to pet him, and he raised his paw up like, I will scratch the fuck out of you. I said, okay. I said that to him a lot too. He gives me a look or something. Boy, he is both needy and bossy and violent and loving all at the same time. And of course, we're very obedient, both Rachel and me. I hear Rachel making a kind of noise that the cat is making. He must have gone in to sleep with her. She always wants him to go to bed with her, but he's not very cooperative. So, we've got a couple of good cats. G-Bot, huh? Oh, it wasn't a failure to understand, G-Bot. It was a failure to read. Bug difference. But thanks for your general pointless shittiness. Yeah. I wish if you were going to attack me, you'd at least not misrepresent things. I mean, right? You shouldn't misrepresent things. Well, they see me rolling, they hating, patrolling, and trying to catch me right and dirty. Of course, if they know enough to know some of the facts of the case, they actually know enough to know that, as I said many times, the problem was I never read it. Not that I didn't understand it. Once I read it, I was shocked at how much power it afforded me. But haters gonna lie and misrepresent things. If they know enough to know any of the details, they know that fact as well. I made that very clear. You accuse me of that, but I personally found it morbid to want to read that document prior to my dad's death. I intuited a lot of stuff by the way he talked about things with both me and Delilah. Turned out not to be true once I read the document. Well, that's part of the problem of being an intuition down sometime with dealing with personal interest stuff. You don't want to see the bad news. People want to subtly request acceptance for who they are. People who are scrolling make distracting claims. You think trolling is a request for acceptance for who they are? What do you think motivates that behavior? Like, this is a question I continually ask, and maybe it varies from person to person. But I'm not sure who that idiot is, but it's an idiot that's been here before, making the same kind of attacks, right? Do you think that it's like revenge for being butthurt or whatever? Like, did I hurt their feelings one time and they're trying to get revenge? I would understand that motivation. A lot of people seem to think and maybe just be motivated by the fact they seem to think I need to be taken down a notch, you know. I've been taken down notches all my whole life. I'm always being taken down notches. But idiot haters aren't able to do so. Sometimes it feels like I can't go down any more notches. I'm so down on the notch scale. Hurt people. Sometimes people do it. Spikes in, sometimes spikes out. Huh. My older siblings would play cherry picking too, don't bother addressing it. Well, here's the thing, Jeremiah picks. They're not cherry picking, right? They're picking some moldy old fig and saying it's a cherry, but they're just lying, misrepresenting things, you know? I wouldn't mind if they were cherry picking. That would be fair, you know? In the sense that they'd be saying things that were accurate about me. Yes, pups, pay attention. My dad had just shot himself in the head, you know, while I was right there at home. I was a little emotionally distraught. He died in my arms, you know, bleeding from the head. I watched his death rattle. He didn't really die in my arms. Well, sort of. I mean, I had my hands on his chest. Anyway, I made some poor decisions in the immediate aftermath of that in terms of stuff I said. Sorry. My bad. Not so much anymore. Partially because of shit like this. I get heebie jeebies thinking much more about my failure to really excel as a son, you know. Um, while he was still alive, while my dad was still alive, you know. I feel bad about that. I didn't ever do dirty by my dad at all, but I wouldn't say I exactly did right by him either, you know. He was, of course, also very difficult to deal with the last couple of years of his life. He had basically lost his wife, COVID hit, you know. It was a difficult time. There's a lot of stress built up over a couple of years. And I don't worry so much about the mistakes I made in the immediate aftermath of his death because they were all mistakes of, they were all symbolic mistakes, you know? Saying the wrong thing, getting mad at my dad unfairly, stuff like that. I didn't actually do anything that that there is particularly to regret. And you know, I live my life publicly, so I'm accustomed to make my mistakes in public. Usually, I won't even take them down. Those mistakes I took down. But I feel obviously worse about not being more there for him while he was still alive. Even though I was there for him, I wasn't as there for him as I could have been. He was a stubborn, tough old guy, I tell you. And, you know, I feel this other feeling, which you might call indignation, anger about my mom. Like, why did she have to die like that? Why did she have to be gone years before she died? So that I don't feel like, you know, it's like it's hard to remember my real mom because Alzheimer's mom was so long lasting and so different from my real mom. That that makes me mad at like Alzheimer's disease or something. Not any one or anything in particular. It's like that my mom got a rough deal there. Because she also did everything you're supposed to do to prevent that from happening. Ate the right diets you're supposed to eat, everything. Kept her mind active, did Sudokus. Yeah, she was actively working continually for years and years to prevent that from happening to her, and then it happened to her anyway. And, you know, those kind of Alzheimer's disease things, they start to kick in years and years before it's obvious to third parties. You know, I mean, it might be obvious to your significant other much sooner than that, but it depends on their intuition level, I think. Regardless, it would be great if my mom was somehow still alive, and or I was thinking how things probably would have been. Well, I don't know. Things were what they were. Yeah, so my dad died in August, and I didn't know the actual substance of the trust until like October. Maybe, yeah, it had to be middle of October. But I mean, consider the shock of what happened. Taking 2 months to get around to legal matters makes sense. We were all just shocked. Well, pretty dark topic, I guess, but as as smoothly as it can really go, you know. Both my parents lived until their mid 80s. I just wish my mom hadn't gotten Alzheimer's disease. So I could have known her as an old woman, like I knew my dad. Instead, I just got like this weird old baby lady. Although I told her, Mom, stop being such a bother. She didn't listen. Well, death awaits us all, or so they say. Nobody heretofore in previous generations has yet to escape it, but, there's always a first time, right? Maybe it's me. If there really is always a first time, then the first time is long overdue. Unless Jesus was the first time. Is there always a second time? Hmm. I don't know. What time is it, speaking of time? It's 20 to 9. They see me rolling. They hating. Patrolling, trying to catch me riding dirty. The problem they're going to encounter in their attempt is that I am riding clean. as clean as fresh snow on an iceberg. Sanitized by hydrogen peroxide? Yes. Wow. What is that? Is that a bug? Yes, it appears to be some kind of, it's like a moth or something. Actually, I think, oh my God. Well, at least we know what it is now. It's a moth. It wasn't as exciting as, say, I don't know, a tarantula. But still, it's a moth. Aw, everyone says, aw. That wasn't exciting. What a dick tube you are. I'm juiced for dickweed, actually. It's a little bit different from being, whatever it was you called me. Oh my God, it's Boopo Peregrine. How wonderful. Well, I have been sober actually it'll be 10 years on December 26th since I quit drinking. So, why don't you go mind your own business, you piece of shit? It's weird. I saw my dad earlier. He has to mention I felt guilty because I'm worried I'll forget him as he was before, and that's the topic I jumped in on magic. Yeah, it is. Um, you know, I think there's meaning as well to encountering some of the spite that the world has to throw at you. Like it's important to remember, like I'm glad I'm not that guy. That guy or gal, could be a gal. This is for Brupo Peregrines. Is just consumed with anger and hatred, you know. So thank you, God and Jesus, for making me not that guy. Alright, Bufo Peregrines, your leftmost card. Oh, it's the Fool. Call this the Foundation card. In your heart, you have the childlike wonder of a fool. Venture, open, pure. What does that say? Fi? Fa? It? Faith. Faith. That's what it says. Faith. Clear. Pure. Okay. Now the middle card, this is your self-concept. You conceive yourself this evening as the Queen of Cups. No, Rods, sorry. Queen of Rods. Queen of Rods. Vivacious, extrovert, fiery, gracious, fun. And your outcome card, the Ace of Pentacles. Increase, new money, rent. No, Pentacles, that says. Opportunity, gig. All right, well, there you go. That's for you, Bufo Peregrines. Yeah, it's tough to go through, Bufo Peregrines. I feel you. you, your concern is well justified. You know, I find it hard to remember my mom as she once was. And that's kind of tragic. She was a strong woman, as they say on Naked and Afraid. She was a strong woman. My childhood was long and interesting. The thing is, I had this whole adult life in between childhoods. All right. Worked full time, raised a child, did all that stuff, you know. It's good to be back in childhood again, where I can just chill out and play and not stress out about adult stuff so much. Born to be child. Don't be such a bother, Ark. I was born to be child, though. I'm man-child, child man. Also known as baby pig poop face. Well, I can't believe somebody would accuse me of being immature. It was like, what? Me? Wow. Okay, fine. So maybe I'm not the most mature person in the world. Gaw. Gaw already. Gaw. You know? If you're not saying gaw with me, I don't know what you're thinking. You know, I had work to do today. I had plenty of work. I had to make up two different little songs while I was driving in the car. One of them was about the cone putters. And the other one was called Ooh La, Ooh Ah, Ooh Ah, Ooh Ah, or something like that. Yeah, baby pig poop face. B to the double PF. All right. It's one of those things like where Michelle Shack told me my wife was smarter than me. That's not an insult to me. You're also a child? You've been working on a raga? Oh, I know. I said that as soon as I said that too. I thought that in my head. I was like, oh God. I'm gonna deal with that. Oh, like, why are you getting money for? Oh, you wanna get tight, huh? Fine. Don't you pay me, I gotta have a time, yo. C-O-M, that spells calm. I'm gonna push it like my mom. Typing session. Thank you for purchasing a typing session. What day and time would you like? Question mark. Eric. That's my name. There. Thanks, Rachel, for motivating me to actually do it instead of just remembering but not doing it, which was my previous muggity. RSVP submitted by Cameron. All right, we got a yes from Cameron, it looks like. Good. Good. Cameron's coming to the Christmas party. So that's good to know. Where is the chat? There it is. Good night, Jeremiah. I'm going to be going to bed pretty soon, too. All right, I'm going to make a raga right now. You ready? Raga, 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 yeah, it's better than smaga. Better to breathe than some smog. Raga, 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 I think it's my faga. A faga, 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 some smog. Raga, 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 faga, faga, faga. Smaga, smaga, smaga. Faga, faga, faga. Raga, 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 raga. That's my song called Raga. Inspired by Karma's Pimp's Raga, which sounds a lot like that if you were to hear it. Karma's Pimp will say, I stole that from him, because his raga sounds almost exactly like that, but I just borrowed some of the ideas. Thanks, Karma's Pimp. I gotta redo Ooh Ah Ooh Ah, whatever that song is, because I didn't get the loop right the first time I tried to do it. If you want to get a typing session, Bufo Periclins, it will not cost you extra to take anxiety breaks. Sometimes I take cigarette breaks. Don't be silly. And Rachel and I are very pleasant. We're not there to tell you who you are, tell you who to be. We're just there to ask you questions and find out who you are. Doesn't that sound nice and safe? Okay. Well, that's because we're not scary. The grizzly bears, they're scary. We're not as scary as grizzly bears. We were just looking up earlier the difference between grizzly bears, brown bears, and black bears, and Kodiak bears. Turns out brown bears, Kodiak bears, and grizzly bears are really all the same kind of bear, with just little variations among them. Grizzlies being more aggressive than brown bears. Brown bears being called brown bears primarily by virtue of the fact that they're near the coast and eat marine stuff. If they're more inland and don't eat marine stuff, then they're considered grizzly bears. Now, Kodiak bears are a subspecies of brown bear living on Kodiak Island that are known to be the biggest bears in the world. In contrast, California has only black bears, which are smaller and more likely to climb trees and less likely to attack you or whatever. The thing is, here's a little known fact about black bears. Black bears are not necessarily black. They could be brown. They could be a variety of colors. So, just because you see a brownish looking bear, don't think it's a brown bear. It's probably a black bear. If you're in California, it's definitely a black bear, even though it might not be very black. So, keep that in mind when you're looking at bears. I think I had an encounter with a bear just the other night, no more than 5 or 6 feet away from me. I'm pretty sure I did. Did you see the sun bear standing on its hind legs that people mistook for a human in a suit? No, I didn't see that. But the other night I went outside on the deck to smoke a cigarette, and I didn't have a flashlight with me. And I heard this noise on the hillside that was, it sounded like something it sounded like a person walking on the hillside. I'm like, what is that? What is that sound? I kind of walked a little closer and I kind of peered. I couldn't see shit. It was pitch black outside. So then I went inside and got a flashlight. Went back outside and looked. There was nothing there anymore, but I could see where all the grass had been pressed down in this one spot. It looked like, I hypothesized a bear was walking up the hill and was just going to make his way maybe across the deck up the driveway. I don't know. But then I surprised it and it went back on its haunches in the grass, and that's what pressed down all the grass right there. And then I dumbly was like, "What is over there? Oh my god!" Since then, we got better flashlights, and I try to go outside with a flashlight when I go outside and look around for animals. And then last night, well, this story is not about either Sasquatches or aliens. I was using a flashlight out on the porch, the patio, whatever you want to call it, deck, I guess I should call it. And I flashed my flashlight down the hill, and there was a big stag deer with big antlers standing down there eating some plant. I was just flashing my light just out of curiosity to see if I happened to see anything. And sure enough, right there was a big deer. And they just kind of looked at me. And so I went inside, I got Rachel, and I said, "You gotta come look at this deer." And we went outside, and I showed the flashlight down there again, and it was still just standing right there, eating that plant. It was pretty majestic looking. It was quite the stag, quite the big stag. So then we went back inside. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It looked like one of the stags from your deck. You know that one deck of yours where it's got the deer looking in and out of the forest? It looked like that deer, except it wasn't white. It was just regular deer colored deer. Um, so that was pretty rad. But now now when I go outside at night, I recognize. Remember, Eric, there are bears around here. Rachel and I saw when we were driving in the car, and then I had that experience, which I'm convinced was a bear, even though I have no proof of it other than just my retelling it. I didn't see it. But the moral of the story is let's go look outside with the flashlight. All right, let's do it. We're going to get this flashlight right over here. This one is the powerful flashlight that we got. We got it at the supermarket, actually. This is where we got it. You wouldn't expect to get your flashlights necessarily at the supermarket, but that's what we did. I took down this horribly installed cat door. I need to reinstall it now. Now it's just a hole. See? First we'll make a big circle. Okay, so you can see where we're going up there. And we'll go over here and we'll look at a couple of different spots. Okay, I don't see anything over there. Let's look over here. Can't you imagine just like some super spooky thing appearing in the flashlight? And everyone being like, what was that? Of course, there's nothing out here tonight. Well, that's the flashlight. It's my arm. That's me. Hey, it's me. I found me. Yes, I don't see anything out here tonight. Nary a Sasquatch, nor a bear, nor a deer, nor even a squirrel. Well, I guess we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to find some cryptids. I know that's what you guys all want. You all want me to find some cryptids. I'm not disagreeing with you that that should be my top life priority. Cryptids are really important. Okay. Since the cryptids decided to take the night off, I guess. I already took a gabapentin. I'm feeling a little bit sleepy. I don't really want to smoke another cigarette, but I could. I guess I'll put that away for now. I feel as smoked as a smoked trout already. I enjoyed the Alone Skill Challenge, which I watched earlier. It's over now. I watched all the episodes of it. But there is Alone Season 8, which I have not watched. This telescope is so big. It's ridiculous how big it is. Look how big this telescope is. It's just, whoa. Look at my arm. It's a big telescope. But, hopefully that lets you see things extra big in your eyeball. And or with your eyeball. Do I have bear spray? No, but my semen works as bear spray. If I see a bear, I just need to rub one out real quick. I know, because one time I got it in Rachel's eyes and she couldn't see for a week. That's what I call joke sounds afterward sounds. Yes. Actually, the truth is bears love my cum. I would laugh at you too. Rupo Peregrines. One time I called poison control for cum in my eye. I never lost that way. Well, that's pretty fantastic. One time I asked the doctor if women had a prostate and he laughed at me. So I know your pain. Not the specific pain that you experienced. But I do know your pain of being laughed at by a medical professional. Yeah, hunters are always asking me to fill up a vial for them so they can bait their bear traps. I guess they'd be trappers then, right? Not hunters. I should stop lying to myself like that. Did you ask him while he was squeezing yours? The bear? No, the bear doesn't make me ejaculate. Like, it doesn't use its claws to make me ejaculate. I'm just really turned on by bears. So whenever I see one, it's just like, oh. Just even if I see it on TV. When Rachel and I were watching that video earlier about the difference between grizzly bears, Kodiak bears, brown bears, we further researched black bears thereafter. I came 4 times, one for each kind of bear. I was all out of man seed, or when we got to polar bears, I would have come a fifth time. Okay, well, today's youth. I hate the idea that the universe might but just be playing a joke on us with all these signs. That deer did seem like a sign, right? What was it a sign of? It was definitely a sign of a deer in the backyard. It might have been a sign of something else. The answer, by the way, is no. Women do not have a prostate. They must have some other thing that works to hold their pee and stuff. It almost feels like there's just a little earthquake. Apparently, women pee and even poo. So there's that, you know. Let me Google something. What was I going to Google? What was I going to Google? Now I've forgotten. Did you feel it too, Rachel? Did you feel a little shaky shake too? Let's see. Mariposa earthquake today. Well, see this. Most recent one is from January 15th, but that was so recent it might not even be on Google News yet, you know. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was just, yeah, we both felt it. So maybe it was a little earthquake. I don't know what else it could have been. I could go look around outside and see anything like banged into the house like a Sasquatch or something. Or like Bufo Peregrine says maybe a UFO landed. We have a pretty big parking area. If it's a small enough UFO, they might have been able to fit right there. I better take a quick look around. First, I should get my flashlight. But I can do a little pre-looking around without the flashlight by doing this. Yeah. Outside light. Okay, well, I don't see any UFO in the general parking area here. Anything out back? So let's see dark to see. Let's go look around the front. Well, we can look in the back here. By doing that, we'll pull that away like that. And then we'll turn on this light. Do we see anything back there? No, we don't. Okay, now we can return this curtain to its full upright position. Now let's go look in the front. What do we see out front? Nothing. We could turn on the wall light. Still, I see nothing. Okay, let's turn those lights off. Oh shit, what's what? I didn't see anything. Now let's go in the garage. I'm thinking it might be an earthquake lizard. One lesser known kind of cryptid is the earthquake lizard, which goes around places and causes earthquakes when you're not looking. So we may have encountered an earthquake lizard tonight. That's certainly possible. Well, I was just out here. I don't see anything out here. No sign of anything that bumped into us and caused the house to jiggle. Okay, well, that settles that. It was definitely a nuclear bomb. A very, very small nuclear bomb. That somebody set up just underneath our house. Air conditioning off, check. Why? Because it's cold out here. It can be hard to tell apart earthquake lizards and nuclear bombs. Well, it's because earthquake lizards use 9:13. Was that what time it was? Um, Let me see. Patterson. Yeah, it's pretty close to us. Stanislaus County is not far from us anyway. It's between Merced and Modesto. That's not very far from us. Close enough for us to feel it. Just a little teeny bit like we did maybe. So it makes some sense. What I find crazy is that as the crow flies, we are closer to Mammoth Lakes than we are to Turlock. But it would take us God knows how many hours to get to Mammoth. I gotta get directions to Mammoth from here. Let's see. Oh, actually, the Tioga Pass is open. So we could get there in just 3 hours and 23 minutes right now. During the brief openness of the Tioga Pass. That's kind of a crazy road to drive, though, I tell you. The Tioga Pass, it goes over some of the highest mountains in California. And it's like a windy mountain road that is no joke. So maybe 3 hours and 23 minutes, but it's an intense 2 hours of it at least. I'm surprised. When Tioga Pass is closed, it's over 6 hours to get to Mammoth. You have to go around. So we did feel that. We felt that earthquake, and it probably was that earthquake right there. 9 miles from Patterson. It was 9 miles closer to us than Patterson. You know, as the crow flies, not super far away. Definitely feelable. At the level that we both felt it, which was not much. It didn't like shake a bunch of shit. I just was like, I felt enough earthquakes living in California to know when. That's not just me just wiggling around. That's solid shock out. So, watch out for earthquake lizards near you. They do have nuclear bombs. You gotta watch out for that. And with that bit of helpful advice, I think I'm going to bid adieu and go to bed after maybe watching a cartoon or two if I can find something worth watching. So thank you all for being here. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. And remember, love yourself as though you were a little newborn baby.